Welcome back to Hero City. We're back. Hero City's back full time, and this is a great first video to return back. Welcome back to everybody. We've been gone for what? Over a year now, and we are back stronger than ever on Hero City. What a great way to return with a great new deck profile. Let's get into it! So here's the deck. It's the Nouvelles Dark Magician Ritual based deck. So let's get right into it. So we're going to first start off with the Nouvelles engine. As basic, you run two Biril. Sorry if I butcher the name, but Biril. I'll just call it a short name. Biril Nouvelles. So you play, basically you're playing two of each of the levels almost. Confrit de Nouvelles, two of it. You play two Potels de Nouvelles and two of the Foie Glacé de Nouvelles. So you play two of the level 1 to 4, then you play one Balmer de Nouvelles, one Belgili de Nouvelles, and one Hungry Burger. Get hungry, get hungry, get hungry. Anyway, so this is the basic stuff you play for the Nouvelles rituals right here. And then we move into the engine of the rituals. You play one Manju. You could play two. You should play actually two Diviner of Herald. I only own one Diviner, so I play one. But if you have to, definitely play two Herald of the Diviner of Herald. Definitely a very good card in this deck. And then into the Nouvelles spell cards, you play three restaurants. The Nouvelles restaurant, you play three of it because this is a very, very, very good card and it gives pluses you 2 every turn. You play three of this. You play three of the meat recipe. Okay, and you only play two of the fish recipe. Now, some of you might be thinking, why not 3 and 3? Fish recipe might be good, but read fish recipe. It says, if ritual summoned by Biril, which is a level 1, add one recipe spell card. So essentially, this is, yes, a searcher, but that's all it does. Now, read what meat recipe says. If you ritual summon Confrit, change all defense position monsters your opponent controls to attack position. This whole deck is based around monsters in attack position, tributing attack position monsters, and so on and so forth. So you must have 3 of this and 2 of these, because you're always recycling, by the way, but you want 3 of the meat recipe 100% at all times. And you have to make sure when ritual summoning, using these two, you have to use, these two, you have to use their correct, unless say your opponent doesn't have anything, you can meet recipe for anything. But if you have the conditions and you can meet the conditions of its activating effect, always, no matter what, use them both correctly for their correct corresponding ritual monster. So you can get their effects to go off. And then you play 2 today's menu. You don't need 3. I play tested with 3. It's a little bricky because if you read it, what you're doing is essentially you're searching your deck. Like, okay, here, I'll give you an example. Activate it, and then you search. 2 different. So you search for this and this. Your opponent picks one, you get the corresponding effect. They pick this, it's a warrior effect. They pick this, it's a... But you normally only ever use it once, maybe twice, but 3 times no, because you also have your Manju, your Diviners. So this... And then you're always also recycling these recipe cards. So 2 is just for consistency. No other reason you play 2. So don't go 3. If you want to play 1, you can play 1, but I would recommend 2, and 3 is pushing it. Then you play 1, 2, and 3. See, you play 3 preparation of rites. Now, some might be thinking, why not play 2 and 1 of the pre-prep? I've play tested with pre-prep. Preparation is better because read, add 1 level 7 or lower ritual monster from your deck to your hand, then add a ritual spell from your graveyard. You're always having these cards in the grave. Always. These 2 will always be in your grave. Whether you have 1 in grave, 2 in grave, 3 in grave, you're recycling with this, you're recycling with itself, you're recycling with the, with the restaurant, so you're always going to have. See, that's why this is better than pre-prep, because pre-prep says add the spell. You don't need pre-prep. So this deck is mainly used to benefit off of recycling. Hence why you play the preparation of rites over pre-prep. Now, you can play pre-prep if you want to play it differently, but I just highly recommend the 3 preparation rites. And then you play 1, 2, you play 2, Fire Formation Tengi. Because this deck is half Beast Warrior, so you do want to search with your Fire Formation Tengi. And also sometimes 100 bonus is a win-win anyways, but this is more searching. Then last card in the Nouvelles engine is Chef Special Recipe. You only play 1 because you're only ever going to resolve it maybe 1 time. Maybe. And I say maybe because read it. When a spell or trap card or monster effect activated while you control a Nouvelles monster, negate the activation, then you can destroy that card. So it's like a maybe 1-time use. And then read its graveyard effect. If you special summon Hungry Burger, you can banish this card from your graveyard, tribute as many monsters your opponent controls as possible. So it's a one-time deal because you use the on-field effect, so you set it, you have a Nouvelles, activate it, goes to the graveyard, you would manage to bring out Hungry Burger, banish it, that's it. That's all you're ever doing. Now let's move into the Dark Magician engine. Now some people are asking, why am I playing Dark Magician in this deck and Nouvelles? I play tested it, and they actually very much help each other. They complement each other because you're banishing, you're tributing, you're summoning. It does help. It works. So you only play 2 Dark Magician. Just like the regular Dark Magician build, you play 2, you can play 3, but in here you only play 2 because in this build is a brick. Literally, it's a brick. You don't want to draw it. You want to search it, use effects, and all sorts of things. So you only play 2 of it. You play 2 Magician Soul. You don't need 3. 2 Magician Souls is more than enough because you're only ever going to use 2 Magician Souls. And it's very good in just to draw cards, a benefit, because also the compliments here would be like, for example, you have a recipe already out. You have a restaurant already play. Whatever the case might be. You don't need it. Use the effect. Discard to redraw. That's where your bonuses do come in handy, if you will. Like where some of the synergy does come in play. And also it's a good link fodder. Always a good link fodder. You play 1 Magician's Rod. Now, if you're playing pure Dark Magician or a Spellcaster like deck, I would recommend 2. But in this build, 1 is enough. You don't need more than 1. You play 1 of the Apprentice Illusion Magician. And the only reason you play the 1 Apprentice Illusion Magician, the only reason you play it at 1, because you're only using it to special effect search Dark Magician. But let's say you draw it on your opponent's turn. You can drop it for its honest effect. But it's mainly just used 1 time just to special Dark Magician. That's it. Then we have our Ritual of the Dark Magician. Illusion of Chaos. You can ritual summon this. That's why you do play 2 Chaos forms, right? You play 2 Chaos forms for that very reason. But you mainly use this for its main effect. As you can read, it says, so it's more of a searcher. That's essentially what I'm saying is it's a searcher. And then your 2 Chaos form in case you do want to ritual summon it. Then you play 2 Dark Magician Circle, because it's every Dark Magician deck you have to play 2 of, no matter what. This is a must in Dark Magicians. You play 1 Magician Salvation, because obviously it's a bonus to, you get a free set of your 2 Eternal Souls, which is a must in this deck. And you only ever use this if you don't have Restaurant on board. If you have Restaurant already active, don't play this. You don't need it. Restaurant is way better. What you do is, if you don't have anything, you activate Salvation, you get your Magician Soul, set your Magician Soul. This is garbage now to you. This is useless. Then you go and grab your Restaurant and play your Restaurant after. If you have Restaurant already in play, don't even bother playing Magician Salvation. Use it as a discard fodder for Magician Soul. So this is the main engine here. Now we're going to go for non-engine cards. You're going to play your 3 Ash Blossoms and Joyous Springs. Have to. In this format, you need to play, I would say play 3, but you're pushing it at 3. I would stick with 2. Ghost Ogre, Snow Rabbit, because it's very good against Ryzeal, because Ryzeal has continuous spell cards. You Ogre it, no effect. So it's very good. You play 1, and I only say you could replace your Ghost Mourner for a third Ghost Ogre. But from playtest, I've noticed this does come up sometimes. Because there will be certain decks where you go up against where you go, ooh, I will drop that because they're forced no matter what. Because against Ryzeal and Malice, and so you're going up against Ryzeal, Malice, and a Fiendsmith type deck, right? They always want to special summon, use it to get it out of the field, and special summon, link summon, fusion summon, exceed summon. So they need those. So you drop this on them, going, all right, here, drop. What are you going to do now? You're forced to use it. They take damage. Their effects are negated. So that's why I'm saying in this format, Ghost Mourner is better than having a third Ghost Ogre. You can, again, like I said, you can run 3 Ghost Ogres if you choose, but this is my preferred ratio of hand traps, which is 3, 2, 1. That's your ratio for this format. Now, when we go into the side deck, you'll kind of understand with the side deck. And then you have 1 triple attack. You can run 2. I play tested. 2 is a little much. 1 is more than enough. And then you play 2 Imperm. Now, if I had a third Imperm, I would play a third Imperm. If you have a Veiler, you could play it, but 2, I would say, is good. In this deck, specifically, 2 Imperms are more than enough. I would say 2 is good. Now we go on to the side deck. You play 3 DD Crow. Why DD Crow? Because in this format, there will be decks you will meet that will need to be in graveyard, banished from graveyard, and so forth and so on in effects. So DD Crow is good. It is. It's not the best, but it's good. Per se. Again, like I said, there are instances where DD Crow does come up. Not as often, but personally, if you don't want to play DD Crow, you don't have to play DD Crow. I just throw DD Crow in there because I had 3 open space and I looked at the format and I'm like, DD Crow, not bad. You play 2 Lightning Storms. Even if Lightning Storm was at 3, you don't need 3. 2 is more than enough in this format. Now, obviously, it's not the best, but it's always, in this deck, it's a good going second option because you can get rid of... Now, you don't want to go after attack position monsters unless you know for a fact they're going to be a pain for you. Like, for example, let's say you're going to activate an effect. They have monsters that'll affect. Mainly, this is used as a way to get rid of their back rows, if you will. So more back row hate, if you will. Because there are back row hate, there are field spell heavy. And then, again, backup in case if there are monsters that you need to get rid of before you could use any of your Nouvelles cards. Even though you need them in attack position, but this is a good going second option. Very, very good card right here. No one will see it coming. A Karakuri Divincarnate, you only play one of. Why? Because there are lots of quick effects in this format. So Karakuri Divincarnate is very good to hold in your hand. They use, let's say you play up against Ryzeal or Malice, or even a Fiendsmith, Kashtira Fiendsmith, right? All their effects have been used. Okay, thank you. Drop it. Right away you go, Karakuri, thank you. You got a big beater. You've tributed their cards to special summon. So you're doing very well with this. So this is a must. I 100% recommend playing one in the side deck. Only one. You don't need two. You don't need three. Just one. Because again, quick effects, effects that trigger on other effects. There's a lot of them in this format. So this is a must. And then you play 3 Droll and Lockbird. Now a lot of people will be shocked to see why Droll and Lockbird. Simple. Ryzeal searches a lot. Malice searches a lot. There's your answer. Now, do they search enough to draw them? No. But do they search enough where one stop is key? Yes. Because Ryzeal and Malice will at least search 2 times. So you drop Droll on them and you go, good luck. Good luck. Good luck with that. Or you meet like another. So again, it's not bad. Again, if you don't want to play, you could take one out and throw in the extra Karakuri Divincarnate. But I would recommend only one Karakuri Divincarnate. It's your choice on how you want to choose your ratio, but this is a good ratio, what I would say. And then we have, lastly, for back row hate again, Cosmic Cyclone. Because once again, there's a lot of back row, there's a lot of field spells. You know, you want to get rid of them. So there you go. Cosmic, it gone, bye-bye. And then we go to the extra deck here. The extra deck, we play 1 Wee Witch Apprentice. You don't really go into your extra deck, but because you have it there just to have, in case. So 1 Wee Witch, 1 Dynamundo. You need the Herald of Arclight. I would recommend a second Herald of Arclight. Definitely a second one. For sure you need it. I only had the one. And then you play 2 Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, you know, as a backup. You know, you deal enough damage. You have your level 7s on board. You go, alright. Flare Metal Dragon, done, over, good. Now let's just go to a quick test hand. Now here's a quick test hand. 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is your hand right here. So this is what you're going to be doing. With this hand, you're going to activate the Magician's Salvation. Okay. You're going to grab the Eternal Soul and set the Eternal Soul. Okay? So now that's done. Then you're going to go Nouvelles Restaurant. So now you've activated the restaurant. Now, let me read you what the first effect. When this card is activated, so remember, this is the when effect. So remember, if you have any chainable cards, don't chain them because it's a when effect. You can add 1 recipe card. Now, you've already got these 2 in hand, correct? So you're going to search for fish, right? Because this is what you're going to do with fish. You'll then activate the fish. Okay? Well, actually, you could do either way. You could put this to the bottom of the deck and draw a new card. But I would recommend going fish. Use that. Summon this. Okay? Then you go chain 1. Well, no, this one because you did it, not a chain. Sorry. So then you can add your meat. So now you've added meat recipe. Now, as you could read this effect, right? Let me read you this effect right here. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add a Nouvelles card. So now, shuffle the deck, because you have to shuffle your deck because you've searched. So you shuffle that deck and then reveal the top 5. So now these 2 cards are in your hand right now, okay? You've activated this. So reveal the top 5. So you got Nouvelles cards, right? Doesn't matter what you add, because you know what you're doing. You're putting the rest back in the deck. You're going to shuffle the deck. You're going to be using restaurant, right? So now you're going to use the restaurant effect to put back the card you added, Cone Free, because you can't use them. They're useless to you, right? Because you can't ritual any of them out because you have the level 1 out on board. And you always want to ritual when going first, ritual summon them in defense. Because no matter what, their effects will activate. Because your opponent has to have an attack position monster with 9 times out of 10, they will. So now you draw a new card. So you drew pre-prep, preparation rites. Activate the preparation rites. Go into your deck. You're going to add any ritual. It doesn't matter. At this point, it doesn't matter what rituals you add. But I would recommend, if you're doing anything, I would recommend you either go for the level 2 or you can go for level 3. I would say level 3 because it's always good. It's a free drop, right? And then you add back fish recipe to your hand. So now this is your hand here. You just recycled and reset your entire hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you plussed on your turn. This is your whole hand. Oh, sorry, the prep was used. So this is your hand. Now, don't do anything. You're fine. End your turn. Read the last effect here. Place. So target 2 cards in your graveyard, including a recipe card. Place them at the bottom. Right? Now, obviously, you could add this. So you read that. So now you've added. This is what you add. You could. But what I would recommend, now that you've read that. So there are 2 plays you could do. Add with the prep or leave it engraved because it says you can. So now you take the fish recipe. Okay. Take the fish recipe and take the preparation of rites, put them both at the bottom of your deck. But first, remember, shuffle your deck after you search. Put them at the bottom. Draw 1 card. And your pass. So this is your end board. Your opponent tries to do anything. If they wipe your board, that's fine. They can wipe your board. If they don't, and they have effects that target, or they go to battle or whatnot, effect, trigger, tribute, go into your deck or hand, since it's in your hand. Right there, level 3. You skip level 2, go to level 3, draw a free card. That's your draw. Perfect. Now your opponent, because your opponent may bait you out. If they don't have anything, they may bait you out to go into that. And then they do whatever. You go, okay, now I got the hand trap. You'll ogre them. So now you've just ogred them, whatever. They end their turn, you draw. And this is what you end on going on your turn. If they play. If they don't play and they out you, then you're kind of screwed. But here's a little test stand. Oh, there's the Nouvelles Dark Magician base deck. It's a very fun deck. Now, it's not meta by any means. It can get a couple of wins. It could cheese a couple of wins. It could throw your opponent off. It's a fun deck if you want to have fun. I have fun with it at my locals. I have cheesed out a few wins with it. You know, it's a great deck. And overall, love it. If you love it, this is a fun way to play. If you're a big ritual player, great fun deck. And welcome back to Hero City. After a long, illustrious time away, we are back full time. And it won't just be deck profiles as you saw here. There will also be tons of Master Duel content on here. That's right. Competitive Master Duel, just for fun Master Duel. If there's any challenges you guys want to see on Master Duel, please suggest them in the description below. And there will be a lot of deck profiles as well. And if we ever go into anything interesting at locals or anywhere like that, there will be interesting content too for there as well. So anyways, welcome back. Remember, if you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button and keep an eye out. Videos coming all the time right here on Hero City. And as always, enjoy life, keep on collecting, and we'll see y'all for another video.